Hello, dear friends. A warm welcome to the International Fab Talks. Welcome to the International Fab Talk family. We are a group of unsung heroes who are here to share our thoughts and views with you. Every day we have beautiful-minded people joining us, the wonderful heart, wanting to empower you in different ways. They've overcome life with lots of hardships, and they are here with us with resilience, facing the reality of life. And we would like you to be inspired by the commoners, by the simple people who have done a lot for the society, who live in reality and would like to share their journey with us. And today, we are really privileged and honored to have a special guest, our celebrity today. She is Dr. Jothi Kolathur. Am I right, ma'am? Because I just stopped there because earlier I had one of my celebrities, her name was Jyoti Makar. So I just stopped for a second, not to say that. So she's Jyoti Kolathur. Am I right, ma'am?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry for that. So because we interview so many people, at that one point of time, you have to just stop and come back. She is a relationship counselor, a great person, an accomplished psychologist. She's also connected with the police department where she trains them on stress management, etc. I'd like to invite our celebrity, Dr. Jyoti Kolathur. Ma'am, welcome to the session.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. And thank you for being so polite and humble to accept our request. Thank you. Ma'am, with your permission, I'd like to introduce you more in a detailed way, in an official way. Could I go ahead? Thank you. So friends, Dr. Jyoti is a best friend of mine. I know her from many days. She's very polite and very humble, a person who's approachable, who you could share your thoughts and views with. And today she's sharing the stage with us, giving us her time. We have to respect her time. Let me let you know about her in detail. Dr. Jothi Kolathur is an accomplished psychologist specializing in general and relationship counseling. She's a great career guidance coach, a soft skill trainer. Especially, she focuses on suicide prevention. The need of the hour is suicide prevention, where many youngsters and middle-aged people, or maybe the youth, the adults, senior citizens, all are, having a thought where they would think of like giving up their lives. So here, our special celebrity focuses on the suicide prevention with her talks and workshops, enabling people to love life once again and bounce back with resilience. And she also addresses adolescent issues. She focuses on the growth of adolescents and enable them to emerge as the beautiful citizens of the world. She navigates individuals and families through different channels and challenges, fostering resilience. She is a wonderful CBT trained professional who has expertise extended to career counseling and incorporating mindfulness. She makes you aware of your present situation, not to be in the past or not to be anxious about the future. She focuses on the mindfulness that is in the present, to be here, the moment, enjoy the moment. That's what I would like to say. She loves to create this holistic approach. She wants you not to only focus on your academics, not only on the financial aspect. She wants you to grow as an individual holistically, to enjoy life in every way. And of course, to keep your mental health in a very appropriate way, such that you can focus on your studies, your family, your personal relationships, your job, etc. She conducts several sessions for police personals on stress management. She loves to connect with parents, with teachers, with couples, with students, and of course, people like me and people from across the world. She would love to share her expertise. Let us get to know more about our special celebrity. I'll just keep many things a secret. Let's get all of the secrets out from our special celebrity. She is not Jyoti Makar. She is Dr. Jothi Kolathur. Am I right, ma'am? Thank you. Thank you so much for being with us. We love you the way you are with all the specialities. I'm just eager to listen to what you have to share with us, ma'am, on different aspects of life and career. Yes, dear. The first question coming up, ma'am, how would you define yourself? Who is the real Jyoti Kolathur?
Okay. How I started, I would say how I started. I was not a psychologist before. So when I first moved to, after marriage, I left the country very early. Immediately after college, I left to the US, a new place where I did not know anything. So I studied, I wanted to pursue my master's there, and I took up psychology there. And that is where it started. So it was very curious, and it's not like how we do more theory here. and there is more practicals there. So I really loved it, and I started working with school children, very, very young kids. So that's how all this career started. So um, this Jyoti was, I was angry and upset with my parents that they married me off very early and sent me to a new place. But that is when the counseling started, and it was 23 years back. So I did my child psychology there, and I worked with kids, and that slowly, and then I didn't want to leave that course. So I just continued. I did my master's, and then I did my family therapy. So that's how it started, and it's still continuing. So, but in my journey in counseling has been incredibly fulfilling. So, right, and I'm continuing to learn.
Lovely. I like the way you shared all of that. That's really very nice. You said, no, I was a bit angry with my parents when they married me off at that young age. But then again, you said, yes, I've learned a lot. I've transformed into a beautiful individual, into a wonderful counselor. And today, all of that is really making you shine as a wonderful psychologist and share your knowledge and expertise. That's wonderful. Dear ma'am, we've all been through ups and downs. We've faced several situations in life where we fell down to the lowest and again bounced back like a phoenix, rose back like a phoenix. According to you, what are the easiest ways one could manage their stress from the perspective of a psychologist? How would you share that now?
Bouncing back, see, stress is there in every individual, right? So as long as you cannot have a life without stress. Anybody, starting from my youngest client is 3 years old. Okay, and that I don't even know if that person can pronounce stress, but she comes to me and tells me I'm stressed, right? So that's because I'm associated with a lot of schools. So that's how the child comes and tells me. So I don't believe that you can live a stress-free life. So how are you going to manage it is what, right? So for me, it's like when I'm stressed, so I just sit and talk with my son. Not with anybody else, but so he helps me come out of it. I just want him to walk me out of it. It's like, it can be his stories, it can be some humor, something. So I would always tell, there are two, coping strategies, right? It's either positive or it's negative. So there's not like, you cannot just have one positive coping strategy and, go with that. So I would always tell my clients at least have 3 or 4. At least you're going to call them, and you have friends, you call them, and they don't answer it is okay, because immediately we start thinking, they don't like me, nobody's there for me. So I don't just stick with one. At least have 4 or 5 positive coping mechanisms. Like it can be just going to a park and sitting, it can be your family, it can be your friends, it can be anybody, right? It can be just drawing, it can be anything, but have at least 3 or 4 where that's going to help you out. But don't look for the negative coping strategies, because I also had, I used to bite my nails. That's my negative. So anybody can tell me, looking at me, okay, you're stressed. So that's not the right way. So not drugs or not any of those things in the negative ways, but have at least 4 or 5. It can be just, now I just go to the temple, just sit there for some time. I come back, and that's also one of the things. So I want to add more to my positive coping strategies, and I want all of you to have at least 4 or 5, positive coping strategies, and have a lot of good network, good people. I love anytime I can call you anytime and talk to you. So you have good friends, so you can call and talk to, where they are not judging you. They can just share whatever you feel like.
Wonderful. I really like this, the way you said, no negative coping strategies, positive coping strategies. And you said you love to spend time with your son, have friends, family, sit in a park, sit in a temple. Wonderful, ma'am. That's really very nice. Thanks for sharing it. I relate with you. I could resonate with what you have been sharing just now. That's really very nice. Even I do, diffuse the stress levels in my thoughts, and whenever I'm disturbed with my younger son. He's also, into humor or share some story.
I think the younger ones are like that. I have an older daughter too, but I tell her something. So sometimes it's like I would not bother her. So because she does not know how to react to it. Oh, you're stressed. So okay, what should I do? So
my elder son says the same thing.
Because they are experimental kids, right?
Yes.
The
Younger
second
one is
one.
like little softer. And
Yeah.
understand.
They understand you. Yes.
Yes. So that's, we are together on the same wavelength. That's really nice. Thanks for sharing, ma'am, and enabling me also to share a little. But they do have love. The elder ones, they do have love,
Oh,
but
yes.
they want to express that, or maybe they are too busy with their own world.
Yes.
That, you know.
They express it in a very, very different way. So I know she loves me. I know she cares, but yes.
Yes, dear. Ma'am, you're an inspiration. Like, to me, whenever I see most of your work, I've seen your work, like you're connected with the police personals, having workshops based on stress and connecting with different organizations. I've seen your work online. So it's really very inspiring. And I always think, when will I become the next Jothi Kolathur? I would love to do what you're doing. I'd love to be there, training the police personnel. It's just a good feeling. I really love that. So I admire you very much personally. And I'm sure, just like me, there are many others who would be admiring you as you are. But today we'd like to know, as you are an inspiration to all of us, to me and to the others, who is your inspiration? Who inspired you so much that you are here today doing all of these beautiful things that you are doing?
I would say my husband.
Oh, how sweet.
So he has never stopped me. So when I said I want to pursue psychology, he's my husband and my family. They are always there to support me, and there's never a no. He would always say, so I'm doing my second master's now, and they're always there to support me and just do whatever. And majority of my work, if you notice, it's all service based. It is all, it is for the government schools, it's for the police personnel, it's for, and he's never asked about, there's no money involved at all. And it's not easy when, so to go ahead, do whatever you want, without expecting anything. So he still says, do it without, expecting anything. That's, so he's always been my support. So
That's really nice. Very nice to have a partner like that and understanding better half. That's really good, man. Wonderful. And you're blessed. And stay blessed. I really love you for that. And lots of respect to your husband from all of us. That's really nice for encouraging you. Dear ma'am, we'd like to know about your childhood. How were you? Were you the naughty one, talkative one, very shy?
I was the middle child. So I had all the middle child syndrome. So like, we were three girls, and so I was not talkative at all. So even now I'm not very talkative. So I talk to people when needed. So, and I have a few very good friends, very close friends I talk to. So I'm very approachable, but I don't go and look for help. That part is actually difficult. So, when I need help, I don't know how to ask for help. But it's the same me who goes out and asks help for somebody else. That is easy for me. But when I need help, I struggle. I don't know how to ask.
Yes, Steve. That's being very humble. Like, I'm ready to do it for others, but for me, I hold back. Maybe I try it myself.
Yes, I find it difficult actually. Even at this age, I find it very difficult.
Yes, Steve.
Even at home. So
Oh, even at home.
yes, I usually like, that's why I say my son, because he understands even before I ask, he knows I need it. So the other two, I hesitate, and they say, you ask, if you need something, you have to ask. So it's, yeah.
Yes, dear. That's really nice, ma'am. Thanks for sharing. Dear ma'am, do you love reading books? And if yes, could you name a few books for us? Maybe even one single book where we could also lay our hands and read and get some knowledge.
I'm not a reader.
Oh, great.
I listen to, I prefer audiobooks. So the last book I was reading was The Tuesdays with Mori. That was one of the books I actually completed, and I really loved it. So I cannot sit in one place and read. So I only read bits and pieces. And
yes. That's really nice. The audiobooks you mentioned, right? Yeah, that's the latest trend. I guess that will save time. Like, we are busy doing some work and we could just listen. Is it something like that?
Yes.
Yes.
I've always been like that. Even 20, 23 years back, we never had audiobooks here in India, but at least there we had audiobooks, and I preferred that.
Yes, Steve.
Yeah, and surprise. I mean, because I'm like that, I didn't want my kids to become like that. So I made sure I started reading to them while I was pregnant, and they are they read a lot. So I have to stop them sometimes, and so we have a library in our house. So we have like close to 1,500 books. They've read all of that, and I try my best, and I ask my daughter, is there anything I should read? So she tells me these books. Try, and that's how I read.
How nice. So nice to have a library at home. That's one of the best gifts you can give your children. And I remember APJ Abdul Kalam. The moment he died, and I guess the property that he left behind was nothing but a big library,
Correct.
huge amount of books. Have you heard of
So
it?
the most amount, the money we have spent is on books for both my kids. It's not anything else. It's not toys. It's not clothes. It's always books.
How nice. That's really nice. Beautiful. Dear ma'am, we'd like to know how you would like to be remembered in this world. How should people remember you, and why should, and for what?
Okay, so actually that's a very difficult question. So maybe I can give you an example if that is okay. So see, I had a client 3 years back, and he had suicidal thoughts, and he was in grade 12 at that time, and not just suicidal thoughts, he attempted suicide, and that's how the parents bought in after spending 1 week in ICU, and he was brought to me, and see, I could see the transformation, like from seeking help. I could see the transformation, and he's in grade third year engineering doing it. So that's the power of counseling, I felt. So that reinforced me to continue whatever I am doing, and that is how I started doing a lot more services than working for corporates or any of those things. And so this strengthened my commitment to creating space where people can come to me, and they feel heard and supported and empowered, and so it's and navigate to their own how to navigate their own challenges. So this is what I've been doing, and this is what how I should be remembered. Like I can just go to her, and she's available for me, and you know without any expectations. So that's how I want, and I'm trying my best. So
Wonderful, ma'am. I like the way you said, I would like to empower people to enable themselves to navigate life and in a non-judgmental way. That's really nice. That's all about you, not judging them, making them understand about their journey, creating a path, showing them the path and making them walk on that. That's really
and when he calls back and tells me, I'm so grateful to you. So, I'm alive because of you. And so that's what.
Yes, that's a beautiful feeling, right? Yes, that's very nice. Yes, dear ma'am. Dear ma'am, do you ever get some time to go on a vacation? And if it is yes, which place have you been to? And if it is no, where you plan to go in case you get a certain set of holidays?
We always make trips. We always go out. So it's the last 1 year has been very, very hectic because of my daughter. Otherwise, every year we do one international trip and one local trip. So we believe in, I don't, especially my husband, that's where I learned. I was not like that. I was a very conservative person, and he wanted, like, we are global citizens. Like, I have lived in the US and for 11 years, and then moved to Singapore, lived there for 5 years, and we visited Europe. We visited most of the countries. So we want to show them the world, and then let them decide what their future should be. So it's not about saving money for them. It's like give them the best education and show them the world. And we believe in that. And so we last week also we were out for 3 days.
Wonderful, ma'am. I really like this concept, showing the world, allowing the children to see the world, to learn. It's an experiential learning.
Right.
Than to be stuck in one place, get to know different people, their cultures, and then decide as to what and how to take your life further, or which country you love to live in. I love this global citizen. I love that. That's really nice.
Because we never had that opportunity. So I want them to have it and explore. And this, I don't think, it's these degrees and any of those things matters. And they have to.
Perfect. Dear ma'am, what is that one thing you love about yourself? What is that one thing you love about Jyoti? That this is my inner core quality. I love myself and I respect myself because this is me. That special quality in you.
I'm a very honest person and a very hardworking person. So these two qualities, I want it to be there. I don't want to change.
How beautifully you said it, no? So innocently. I want it to be there. I don't want to change. There's so much of honesty in that. That inner child in you is like speaking, yes, I want to be the same. I wouldn't want to change in any way. I love myself.
Because I got these two from my dad. So sometimes it might sound that I'm a very harsh person because I'm very straightforward. Like I told you, like until last year, I was associated with a lot of corporate schools, and in the first meeting, I would and surprisingly, I've never applied for any jobs actually. All jobs come to me, and I don't know how it happens, but that's how it's happened so far. So, and when the first meeting, I would tell them, you would either love me or you would hate me, because I am straightforward, and these are the only two options. So you will, and so far it has always been they've loved me. So
that's really nice, ma'am. Thank you for sharing. Dear ma'am, what are your thoughts on winning a lottery or a perfect job? If I put this question like this, winning a lottery is good or having a perfect job? How would you look at that question?
I don't know.
Just try.
Winning a lottery would be better for me rather than having because I don't know what is the perfect job, right? Is it like 9 to 5 is a perfect job, or because for me 9 to 5 is not a perfect job because my husband travels a lot. So I prefer, I can only do, consultant work. And if I have I'm associated with a few government schools. If I win a lottery, I know what I would do with. So.
Very nice. And you asked me the same question and I'll give you the same answer. I would love to win a lottery. Yes. And we could focus our energies on our passion, on what we want to do for ourselves and the society as well.
Correct. Because see, the school I was talking, because I mean, that's what was coming to my head. So I know she needs a room there for the KG students. There's no room, so they're sitting under the tree there. So that's why I gave that answer.
That's really nice. Dear ma'am, we go on to the next question. When you were in school or college, were you interested in sports and games?
Yes.
What were they like? What type of sports and games?
I was playing volleyball for my school team. So till school, like till 12th I was, and after that in college, my college was a little far away from home. So I cannot afford to miss my college bus because it was in the outskirts. So in college, first year, yes, I did, but after that, no.
Okay. Dear ma'am, what is that one change you want to bring in this world? There are many areas in the world that requires a beautiful change, but people are still not focusing on the areas which has to be, a transformation has to be brought about. Which area you would like to focus your energies and bring about a transformation?
I would say how do I put this? Currently, if I see, I would focus on, the adolescents, they think we are copying, the Western, the fancy things from the Western world. I want these kids in our country to focus on, there are a lot of good things here. Don't just go for that, you don't see the entire picture there. So or accept that culture as a package, because so that is what I want to, these kids to focus on. So that is one thing I want to, any school I go to, I do talk about it, because those kids are partying, so I want to party. So that's not how it is supposed to be, right? So it's a package. Those kids work at 15 and a half, you don't. So you don't want to take responsibility, but you want to do all the other things. So that is one thing I want to really focus on.
Wonderful, ma'am. That's so nice of you, to focus your energy, because adolescence is that time where children are not able to decide and understand things very well. So it's really very nice to make them aware.
We went through the same things. I have teenage kids, and we went through the same thing, and extremely good kids. I mean, touch wood, and I am blessed actually. But still in their adolescence, my daughter had to go through all of that, and I know it's not her doing it, but still it is very hurtful when they, talk, use words, and it's.
Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, do you plan to retire in the near future, or you would like to continue your journey? Because you see, being a psychologist, there is no end, no retirement as such. Being a relationship counselor, being, connected with students, with children, with parents, this is a lifelong journey, this career. So I would like to ask you, did you ever have this thought, let me just retire now and relax? Or maybe at the age of 60 or maybe 70?
No, actually, because professionally, I actually aspire to continue expanding this mental health awareness in, and the access. So, and I actually, what I have done is I collaborated with one of the a trust. So, like I told you, so it's extremely affordable. So, they charge very, very less or nothing at all to people who cannot pay. So I would want to continue to work there and also collaborate with more educational institutes like government organizations, where they can integrate this mental health awareness into their everyday curriculum. So I'm trying my best and I'm doing it already. So, but it's only few schools. I would definitely want to, I just wish I had good health and, I want to continue doing whatever I'm doing right now. So I just pray this, and I give me the strength and energy so I can run.
Wonderful, ma'am. What a brilliant way to share your energy. And you say, I want to create mental health awareness, and it should be an everyday curriculum for the students. I love the way you put that, because during our time, we were only focusing on the studies, and they were pushing us only to score marks. And if we scored marks, we were considered bad students or dull students. But they didn't know the reality as to why we were scoring low. Yes, there must be something behind the child scoring low grades. That's really very
But
nice.
I believe like our generation was much better. I'm sure you're maybe younger than me, but we had a better schooling system is what I would say, rather than nobody was asked to, not everybody needed to get the first rank. Right? They were okay. And even our parents were okay. Like you got a 60%, they were okay in accepting you. But now it's not, it should be getting better. But it's not getting any better now. It's getting worse. So that is the whole point. So every school, like, bullying is still there. And any of these things, it's like there's one child who killed himself like 2 3 months back because of bullying. So I make sure I go to classes, and even if they say they're very busy, it's okay actually for me if they miss one English chapter. They are not going to miss on anything actually. So it is okay to give me that period. I want to talk to them about, bullying. I want to talk. So all these common topics, I walk into a classroom and I talk. So I don't hesitate, be it boundaries, be it sex education, be it whatever, all these gadget addictions, all of these topics. And recently what I've started is more than correcting the parents, students, I talk to the parents and correct them. I tell them, if we correct the teachers and parents, these kids will be perfectly fine. So I've convinced 10 schools actually. So so in those 10 schools, we've started parenting a series of parenting workshops, starting from kindergarten, KG parents, all the way to grade 12 parents. So where we, I'm not correcting you, but at least, if correction in adolescence becomes very difficult. So I tell them, you do the right things when they are young. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Wonderful, ma'am. I really like this when you put it like this. You said you don't mind if you miss the English class, but educating them on or creating mental health awareness, emotional, acknowledging your emotions, getting to know yourself better. It could be, and you say there's no taboo on any topic. I'm ready to speak on any topic, be it gadgets, be it sex education, or whatever it could be. I'm into that, and I'm quite brave enough to approach, to walk into a class and to take a class and share, with them, creating awareness. What you're doing, ma'am, you're a wonderful influencer, creating awareness. And I really appreciate you going down there for the adolescents, because that is the crucial part. That is the part where, if once they are molded, and then their life is set, that's really.
I don't know if it's true, but one elderly person told me, if your child doesn't do or get into any bad habits till grade 12, they will not get it later on. I just heard that, and maybe it is true. I don't know if it's true, but I thought maybe I should start. At least till 12th standard, if the child is not getting into, bad habits or bad friendships or any of those things. So I'm trying my best to work on that.
Wonderful, ma'am. And we wish you all the best, and we are with you. That's very nice. Yes, dear. Let it be a combined effort. And yes, you will succeed in what you're doing because your thoughts are very pure and very genuine. You have that from deep within that's coming out. That's really nice. Dear ma'am, would you like to share something like this? The difference between smart work and hard work?
Okay. See, I'm a hard worker. I don't know what, so what smart work is. So I work hard and I can only talk about myself. So I put a lot of effort in whatever I do. And any class, for me, they give me a government school or they give me a corporate which is going to pay me really high. I'm going to deliver the same. So for me, that's what I believe in. So I don't know how I put smart work here. So I work hard and I don't know what smart work is.
Because you're quite genuine and you're so honest in your work. Whatever you do it with passion. You put a lot of hard work into it. And maybe automatically even the smart work also will transform and come down there when you begin to connect with the world.
Because when they ask me that question, I really don't have an answer for that. Like, what do you prefer, smart work or, give me tips for smart work? Because kids do ask me in school, like, I don't want to work hard. I want smart work. So for me, I tell my daughter, see what smart work is like, if you give your 100% in the classroom, so you come home, you don't have to go for tuitions. See, that is smart work. You're wasting, you're saving so much time. So that's how I taught her. And I really don't. So, and then she listened to that. So she never went for tuition. She still does not go for tuitions, both my kids. So I said, give you that. For me, that is smart work, because you're listening and you're, saving time. And
that's really super. That's very nice. That's wonderful. A wonderful example, I should say. A great example. Dear ma'am, any dream projects for the future which you have?
Yes, I did mention to you, right? So it's like I want to work with a lot more government organizations. There are a few other work I'm doing. It's very, very sensitive topics. I won't be able to, I would share it with you personally. So, um, so I want to continue all of that, whatever I'm doing. And again, this mental health into educational institutes, I want that to be in a bigger way. So it's like I told you, it's only 10 schools now for me. So I want it. And actually, I am talking with the government school principals. So if they have a group, so where they can meet, because they get to meet the education minister here. So, and through that, they have also talked about, it's all in paperwork. I don't know when it is going to become practice. So they are convinced now that a counselor is needed in every school. So because one of the schools I'm going to, I'm associated with that school for the last 9 years. So anytime, any help they need, I'm always there for them. So that principal has taken this to the education minister, and so he was convinced actually. So that part is really good, and that is a big achievement. So we want to continue doing that. So that's my biggest project actually.
Wonderful. That's really very nice. Thank you for sharing so much. Thank you, ma'am. Dear ma'am, we have seen many of the senior citizens who haven't saved anything for themselves. They have used all the money for their children, to bring up their children, to educate them, get them married, and even, of course, for their, for their own children's new family. The new baby is born, the grandchildren, everything. They've spent everything, and then one fine day they are penniless, and they are landing up in most of the senior citizen homes or in the bus stops, public spaces, abandoned, uncared for. My question here is: should the youngsters now who are earning now start saving from an early age? Should they concentrate on savings? The youth, the first day you receive your paycheck or your earnings, the first earnings, should they start up with some investment and savings? How would you take this question?
They should start, that should start even before they earn, because I tell parents, teach your kids the difference between need and want at a very, can you please give me 1 second, ma'am? So there's some noise. Yeah. So I would say teach very, very early. Teach at least by 3 years old, right? The difference between need and want. So, and that's extremely important, and that's going to help them when they become adults. So, and they have to start, automatically they'll start saving. So, what I have learned and what I practice, I get 1,000 rupees in hand, I put away 200. So I think I have only 800, and I spend, do whatever with that 800. So the 200 is always there. So that's how I plan. And I always tell the people in their, 50s or 60s when they come for, sessions, I tell them, you have to have something for yourself. It is, if you have 100 rupees, it is the first 25 is for the dad, and the second 25 is for the partner. See, now both of them are earning, but the current 50s and 60s, when they come to me, majority of the time the moms are not working, so they are all dependent. So I tell them, you don't have to give away everything and beg your kids because it's yours. So you have 100 rupees. I'm giving you an example. So 25 is for the dad and the 25 is for the mother. So that it's like, 50% is for them till they are alive, right? And the next 25 is for the kids because they are your kids. Spend it on them or give it to them or whatever it is. And the next 25 for the needy. So whoever needs it, like, I don't believe in these, the annadanam or giving food to them. I know, I feel we are making them even poorer. So teach them a skill. So let them make their own, let them earn their money and let them earn their, a job or whatever it is. So it's not just giving them free food or, I don't believe in these freebies, and we make them even more lazy. So 50% for the couple, 25% for the kids. And because you teach them, I'm sure, because you have, your kids are there and you have visited the country, and nobody in the Western world except this Asian people, nobody saves anything for their kids there. So because they're taught, because that's why all of these issues, even their old age homes are there. So then our old age home should not be here, right? Because you have saved so much. So then there is no difference. So I believe they should be, saving it for themselves. It's them first. And even in the flight, they would tell you, right, you have your mask first, and only then you can take care of the others. So, right. So you give it to your kids, not, you don't expect anything from them.
Very nice. I like the way you shared everything. That was really so nice. And you really put something deep into our mind that, yes, think about yourself also. Don't need to beg from from anyone. Try to be independent, be careful.
Not even from your kids, not even.
Yes. Very good. Very well shared, ma'am. That's really nice. And I was just trying to recollect something, and I've got it now. You also shared this, do this annadanam. It's not, don't feed them for free. Maybe once it's okay, but not always. Like they start becoming lazy. Either you teach them a skill to survive forever. It's wonderful. I like this thought of yours. Wonderful.
Because I see that in my state, it's like everything is free for them. Everything is free. So even, they don't want to work. So that is not what we are supposed to be doing to them. It's like, they are becoming lazy. Even youngsters don't want to work. It's because everything is free.
Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Thanks for sharing, Ma. Dear ma'am, would you like to share some of the names of your best friends? Do you have best friends? Many of the celebrities who come here, they say, ma'am, please pass this question. If I miss somebody's name, they're going to be like, after if they watch this video and they say, oh, my name is not here, then they'll maybe cut off ties or maybe very overreact or something. So would you like to take the risk of answering this question?
I would not answer this question, but I can name the only three people, like I told you, my husband and my kids. So I am, really blessed to have them, because it's not easy to share anything and everything. So sometimes when you have an overwhelming case, I don't know where to go share it with, because I need to take it out of my head. They're always there. So I'm not dumping it, even to listen, to sit and listen to. So I would only name these three. Not anybody from the outside, because the list is big and we don't want to miss. So.
I get that. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, what brings a smile to your face often? Because whenever I look at you, I look at whenever I've come in contact with you, or maybe when I look at the work you've done in every picture that you are there, even now, just when we just look at you, this is a smile on your face, a beautiful charm. So how do you maintain that? We don't even know that you're, having a stress behind, or maybe something's troubling you, but you have that beautiful smile on your face. So how do you manage to keep that, and what keeps you smiling all the time?
I don't know. I mean, I do have stress, and I don't know. I don't have an answer for that question. So, because this is the
Nice.
same question I the same words 20 years back. And there's one person, he was in the 70s then, he asked me, I've always been noticing, we had this habit of going to the temple every Saturday. We were not here, we were in the US. And he would, after like few years, he asked me, I've been noticing you for the last 2 years, and would you always smile? Actually, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
So
it appears to us like there is a beautiful smile on, a charming smile, a pleasant one.
I feel, see, there are some days, when I tell my husband, I feel very happy today. Like, I know I've done something, somebody, and those days I feel extremely happy. I know I can feel that, but I don't know. I don't have an answer.
That's really nice. Thank you for sharing. You're so honest and so genuine. So I'm not able to share. I know give you an answer for that. But yes, it is something that it's not only that I've said that, but others also who shared this with you. That's really nice. Yes, dear. Keep smiling and keep that always. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, any weakness for chocolates, sweets, pungent stuff, maybe murkulus, you could say murkus or vadas or something, anything like that? If you see it, you want to eat it. Like for me, if I see it, I need to buy it. If something I like, I have weakness for sweets and ice creams. Do you have something like that?
I love sweets, but it's not a weakness. I can, if it's there, I do. If it's not there, we are very we are sweet tooth, all three of us. Not my husband, but the three of us. It's okay for us if we don't have dinner, but we need the dessert.
Same, even I am also just like that. I can understand.
But we don't eat anything and everything. So we're very picky there. So we eat very few. It's like rasmalai is the favorite for all three of us. So if it's not there, it's not there. That's all. We don't crave for it, but if we need a sweet, that's the sweet we prefer.
Okay, that's really nice. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, from where do you derive your strength? And like you have this much of energy to visit the government schools, to do the different type of work that you're doing, connect with parents, with teachers. Only connecting with students, it's understood, but you're giving your energy to even making parents understand, teachers understand, all of this, the adolescents and everyone, and even senior citizens also. You even mentioned that. From where do you derive all of this strength to do this much of work and still keep a smile on your face and still want to continue the journey and want to go ahead more and do something?
Just love doing it. So it's like, actually the last 3 days there was rain and I was not able to. We had sessions planned, but I did not do it. I didn't like it actually. So I want to be busy, and even if I'm home, I always keep myself busy. So I don't watch TV. I cannot sit in one place and watch TV, because for me, watching TV, actually even after a movie, I feel very guilty that I wasted time. So I mean, they think I'm weird, but that is how I am, and maybe even that quality I got it from my dad. So if I'm watching TV, then I'm ironing my clothes because so that way I don't feel guilty.
Multitasking. Yeah. Even I started feeling the same as you feel. Even I feel like that. I wasted 3 hours watching a movie. I could have done something better. I could have
even 30 minutes I cannot sit.
Yes, Steve.
Sometimes I know I need it, but I feel guilty after that. So I don't do it.
Yes, Steve. Thanks for sharing, ma'am. Ma'am, is there anything that scares you? Any phobia?
I have phobias. I have, I mean, from very, very young, snakes are that's phobia for snakes. And now recently, I won't say recently, like whenever my husband travels, I track the flight until it lands. So I have a fear for that. And even today my son is traveling, so I track till they reach that place. So I don't know if it's phobia or fear, but I make sure And I do the same thing. So wherever we are, if we are away from home, first thing, we have to wish and we have to make sure the others know where we are. It's just a concern.
Yeah, very nice. It's a motherly concern, and it's like, yeah, I understand that. I did that too. Yes, dear.
Even if it's 3 in the morning, I cannot sleep. So till he lands and says landed, reached safely, till then I will not sleep. So I've been doing this for the last 23 years. I've been like this. So wherever I am, he's always traveled. So the traveling days are very crazy for me because all night I don't sleep. So
Thanks for sharing, ma'am. That's really nice. And I can understand that from your perspective. And it's true. Even most of us, we don't, until our people, our family members, maybe it could be family members and friends, if they have landed in the right place, and then we have that sigh of relief. Yeah, they have reached, and now I can take my nap. I can sleep. Wonderful. So you're such a nice person. You so like committed to the family, committed to your work. That's wonderful. Dear ma'am, do you ever get angry? And if yes, when and how fast you cool down?
a lot actually. So if something, I mean, even while driving, when somebody is not following the rules, I do get angry. So when I stop at the red light and somebody is honking, I get angry because I am doing the right thing and you're asking me to do the wrong thing. So I do get angry a lot of times. So and angry mostly when my loved ones hurt me. It upsets me, and along with the sadness, I become very angry.
I can resonate with you a lot. I can get you. I'm somewhere there with you. That's really nice to share all of that. Dear ma'am, any special message for the younger generation? And for all of us, let me not keep it only to the younger generation. For each one of us out here, from your experience till date, would you like to give us a nice message or a suggestion on how to continue with life?
Yeah, so I mean, maybe I can tell this for the young counselors or any counselor. I would say, I will always say, be curious, and never stop learning, because if the day you think you know everything, it's very difficult, especially in our field. You keep learning because every generation is different, every human being is different. So the journey in counseling is actually dynamic, right? Each and every individual you encounter will teach you something new. So you have to keep learning and keep be curious. And also, one thing which I struggle, which I don't want you to, this personal well-being. I don't spend a lot of time there. So I make sure I give the quality time for family, and I give my 100% at work. But when it comes to self-care, I don't do that. So I'm trying, I'm a work in progress there. So I would always tell the others, please focus on that also, because it is not just, it's not just important for you. So that is actually going to help you do a better job in your work also. So focus on that, and these three, be curious. And so that personal well-being is also very, very important.
Yes, dear. Thank you, ma'am, for reminding all of us about it. Personal well-being, to be more curious. Don't think that you know everything. Continue your journey of learning and take personal care of yourself, because you are also important. That's really nice. Thank you, ma'am. Sometimes we do forget about ourselves, and we can think about everybody around us, leaving us out. That's wonderful to share that. Thanks for reminding us. And that's a takeaway. Thank you. Yes, dear ma'am. Your favorite color, did you share with us your favorite color?
No, it keeps changing. I've never had one favorite color. So it's this period of time, it's, it'll be yellow. It keeps changing. I've never had one favorite.
Same like me. I mean, I resonate a lot with you, on many things. Even it's not one color, it keeps changing.
But when somebody says I have one favorite, I don't know how can it be one color all the time? For me, it periods, it keeps changing.
Yes. Ma'am, when you were in school, your favorite subject and why you love that particular subject?
I can only till grade 5, I can tell you. So science was always my favorite subject. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's because of the teacher. Math, I never liked because of my teacher again. And I also, and people made me believe that I'm bad at math. because you're bad. So again, when like I told you, immediately after my college, I left, to US, and there when I was trying to study, they did not, accept my application also because I did not have math after 10th, and which is only possible in our country. You can have a pure science as a subject. So there I did my math again. I couldn't believe that I was so good at math. So, and from then I'm like, oh, okay. So people made me believe that I'm stupid and bad at math, but that was not true at all. So it's like, don't believe when somebody says that, you're bad in this, you're bad at that. And because I have personally gone through that. And how good in math, I was the topper in class, which was, I never expected that because, right? So then I'm a very logical person. Then, I mean, I should have not taken science at all. I should have taken, I should have done engineering. That was too late then. So,
Yes, dear. Thank you for sharing, ma'am. Would you like to share a wonderful quote which you concentrate always on, which you read and get inspired by that particular quotation or proverb?
in recent times, I've read that many, once you read that, you see it in many places. If it's costing you your mental health, then it's expensive. Please let it go. So, and I really like it. And that's the quote. I use it in my WhatsApp also because I think it's so true. And many a times it's not in your control. Then why, bother and, so that's one recent quote I really love. And I'm trying to follow actually, but it's very difficult to let go.
Very nice, ma'am. Thank you for sharing. That's a wonderful quote. Wonderful. Dear ma'am, till today, what do you think is your proudest achievement? Till today, you've been achieving different things. You've been connecting with different people, working on different areas and zones. Among all of that, this is the proudest achievement, and I feel a wow moment over there.
The wow achievement is anytime, the suicide, all the suicide cases I've handled are all wow achievements for me because, walking them and talking them out of it. And when they say I'm alive because of you, they're all proud moments for me because I was able to do something like that. And the other thing is me coming back to India. I never thought I'd come back. So just to take care of our parents, both sides. So that is another, because I don't have any regrets now. So I don't want to sit there and think, oh, I wish I could have done this. So for both sides of the family, I have no regrets. So these two are very, very proud moments. And the other thing which I was talking about, implementing the mental health in government schools, is also a very, very proud moment for me. And this one particular school, if I can share, I will tell you, where we have actually implemented, a counseling session for parents with special needs kids. So this is one government school, and most government schools will not take special needs kids, though they are supposed to take, they don't take. So this principal is very nice and very kind person, where we started with one child, and I always, every Wednesday I'm with them in that school. So now we have 15 kids in that school. So, and those parents need a lot of help. So I'm always there for them. So that again is a very proud moment for me. So all 15 contact me whenever they need help.
Wonderful, ma'am. Thanks for sharing all of that. That's really nice. Like you started and shared everything wherever you felt proud, like saving somebody's life, and parents with children, special needs, enabling them to understand and take care of their children, your family. You came back to take care of your in-laws and parents as well. All of that was wow to you. You achieved something really very nicely. But then you say it's a great accomplishment to be with my parents, my in-laws, to be with people who need me at the right time, and to empower parents who have special needs children.
I've seen in those 11, 15 years when I was outside, and I know how the regrets they have to live life with, lifelong. So one of my very close friend lost her dad. She didn't see him for 6 years, and she lost him. So that's how she came. But I have met her dad more than her, and every time she says that she sees me, she says, I feel very guilty because you have met my dad more than me. Because we made sure every year we visit so that, there's no regrets again. So the bank balance will be nil, but still we didn't want to lose out on this. So So again, that was my husband's decision, but we all agreed to it. But now no regrets.
Yes, yes. Yeah, ma'am, do you like to have pets at home? Do you have one at home? Do you
I
have one?
had when I was young, and my kids would love to have one. We had a dog, so but now my husband and his family they don't like pets, so they're scared. I don't know if they're scared, but they don't. So I've been telling my kids, if you can take care of yourself, then we can have the pet, because if that's another third child for me. So if I bring it in, so if you are okay to help me, then I'm okay to.
That's really
I love pets. I don't like cats, but I like dogs.
yes, yes. Thank you for sharing, ma'am. Ma'am, how many languages are you conversant in?
3.
Tamil?
Tamil, Telugu, and English.
English.
Malayalam, I understand. I can understand if you talk, but I cannot understand.
Yes. Ma'am, if the Almighty offered you a superpower, what would that be? What would be your choice? What would you select?
Superpower. Me and my son have a list, which I cannot share because we think if God comes here, we always discuss and we have a list of things which cannot be shared.
Okay. Thank you for at least you'll have a great list. So that's
We
wonderful.
have a big list.
And we wish that is fulfilled and you get those superpowers and fulfill all of those which are on that list. That's
Most of it is like, I mean, the other two in my family, my husband and daughter make fun of us, but we don't care actually. So
yes, dear. Yes, ma'am. Dear ma'am, would you like to enlighten and empower, create awareness today on this international FABTALKS platform regarding red flags? There are many people out there who don't know that they are in a toxic situation. They don't know that they are suffering in a negative environment. They think this is life.
correct.
Until it is too late. And when it is too late, they want to come out of it. They are unable to come out of it. So is there anything you'd like to share today and let them know that this is a toxic environment, this is a toxic relationship, this is a red flag in your life? You could move out or seek help.
Actually, I am associated with the family court in Chennai. So I can tell you, they wait. See, when they are very young, they don't know they apply for divorce, because without knowing, so those are not red flags at all. So sometimes you have to give in. Sometimes, see, we have to coexist. We cannot be like, me and it's always me. That is not okay when you're young. But later on, when you know it is an abuser, it is abusive. They know it's a toxic environment, but they convince themselves, and they because the child is there, the kid is there. So there was one case very recently I saw in their late 50s. They had come to she had come to apply for divorce, because I was with this person only for the child. Now my child is married and gone. I don't want to take it anymore. So, I mean, then why did you have to take it for the last 30 years, last 25 years? So, abusive in the sense, you don't have to be me, mine, like how this generation has become. But you don't have to be like, and there are many educated women also who suffer like this. So, any abuse in any form is wrong. So, be it physical, be it sexual, be it verbal, be it, you don't have to tolerate it. So I'm not talking only for women, even men sometimes, there are very innocent men who again put up with such toxic relationship just for the child. And so, I mean, the red flags, like I've been going through this for 2 years. You don't have to, at least get help. At least go to a counselor. At least, understand that, am I really in a red flag? Get help. So if you're okay, then you continue. Otherwise, you don't have to suffer, is what I tell them. It's okay, and your kids will understand. You don't have to put up with whatever So, so that's what I would like to tell.
Thank you, ma'am. I really
And be again toxic friendship again, even for
yes.
young kids, toxic friendship, because I know kids who go and fall into such, and you need to understand, it's okay if you don't have a friend also. But you don't have to have a toxic friend. It's okay. You will get friends eventually. So it's not that you are going to be like this. And again, current generation, if you notice, ma'am, we all had one or two at least. no, they don't have friends at all. Now this current generation, if you see, they all call themselves as friends, but they are not. That's not friendship. See, when your friend is not there, if you're talking about that person, that is not friendship. So I tell kids and adults, when you are in a group and they're all talking about one person who is not there, tomorrow you're not there, you become the gossip topic. So stay away from it. And I believe in it. So if there is a gossip happening, I walk out because tomorrow it will be me if I'm. So again, that is toxic. That's not friendship. So kids be aware, because you can pick and choose your right friends. If it's one or two. So
What a beautiful way to share this, ma'am. That's really very nice. I just walk out from that group when they are discussing something behind somebody's back. Today it is them, tomorrow it will be me.
it will definitely be me.
Yes, I agree.
So I know that for sure. So that's why I stay away, and I'm very straightforward. So I don't like this thing in you. I don't mind telling it to you rather than going and telling it to somebody else, because I know that person is going to come and tell you, but with added on, spices. I don't want that. I would rather tell it myself.
I really like the way you're putting all of that, ma'am. You're really somebody special who knows what and how to behave in life, how to carry on with life. You have a lot of clarity as to what I want. You're not manipulative. You're very straightforward. People are very rare like that when you get to meet them. Connect on a very genuine way, on a genuine wavelength, you could say. Then go behind the bush or maybe backstab. Say it frankly, and then you can move out gracefully in a dignified way. So I like you putting all of that in a very nice.
You have to understand. You will not have many friends if you are this way.
Yes, I get that. But fair, better enough. I am my own friend. I understand myself better. And my tribe will join me.
Yes.
Yes, dear. That's really nice. Ma'am, would you like to share with us the changes that could be taking place in the next 50 years? Anything that you feel, yes, these are the changes that might occur in the next 50 years? No. Like maybe it could be in the field of technology, it could be in the field of education, counseling, mental health.
See, I think mental health will be, prioritized. Already it has started. I feel that, stigma is still there, but stigma is coming down. So people are approaching us. So that will be there. And technology already it is, many people talk about AI. And even if AI is going to take up most of the things, counseling will not happen in AI, and creativity cannot happen with AI. So so wherever there is this human touch needed, that will never go. So whatever happens, this needs this human touch, and so that will always be there. So creativity and this
Counseling.
counseling. Yes.
Perfect. Very nice. And I like this creativity, counseling, the human touch, the human bonding. Mental health stigma will no more be there. It will be minimized. And actually, it should be wiped out. The stigma to mental health should be completely wiped out in the next 50 years.
Actually, I mean, kids are much better than adults right now. So, most schools, when I go sit there, they are all self-reference. I'm very happy that they understand what it is and the importance, and they come. But when I go sit in a corporate, they think 100 times to come to me, because so the stigma is there only with the adults. But youngsters understand what it is.
Yes. Dear ma'am, if you were given a chance to revisit the past, if at all we placed a time machine in your hand and you clicked one of the buttons and that took you into the past, whose life you would love to relive?
Okay. You would want to relive my life, maybe with some corrections. So obviously, I had a lot of mistakes in the past. So I want to go back to the corrections, and I would do math, or not listen to anyone. So I want to relive my life.
Great, ma'am. Dear ma'am, how would you answer this? Now, there are youngsters, there are many of us. Constructive criticism, we are unable to even take constructive criticism. How should one go about it? As a psychologist, how would you be able to share this?
Constructive criticism, there's a way to, to tell that also. See, I like it. Nobody will like it when it's just like a complaint. when, you know, somebody who likes me comes and tells me that, you know what, you could have done this better, then I can take it as a constructive criticism. You know, because it's critical, but I want to learn. But if you know, somebody comes to me and very harshly, be it a teacher, whoever it is, you know, you have to do this, otherwise you are fit for nothing. If they say it in such a way, nobody is going to accept it as, you know. So there is a way. So constructive criticism is very good, but you know, and we have to put in the right words. You cannot say it in the same way how we were telling it 20 years back or 15 years back. We have to, you know, say it in such a way they accept it. And the youngsters also, you don't have to be this hypersensitive for everything. So, you know, when somebody is telling you something, it is okay for you to take a moment and think. You know, it's like, I tell the youngsters, there are these two people, you know, your parents and your teachers are the only ones who wish you to be successful. Nobody else actually. So, you know, and again, friendship, they are friends. But, you know, if your friend is doing much better than you, there is going to be that jealousy always, right? So the only two people who wants you to be successful is your parents and your teachers. And these two people you will hate now because of your age. But they, you know, when they give you criticism, when constructive criticism, you take it in the right way, apply, you know, accept it from them, because friends will never criticize, and friends don't care if you don't succeed also. So, right? So, not that all friends are bad. You need friends, you need that network, you need them. But there is, like, they are friends. There is no good friend, there is no bad friend. They are all friends.
Yes, thank you, ma'am, for sharing that. You very well explained everything. As parents and teachers, they are your best critics. You know, accept the criticism given by them and shape your future in the right way. Grow on that. Try to work on that area where they have, you know, guided you or trying to mentor you. It's not like complete criticism. They're trying to mentor you to come back on the right track to help you to grow. Wonderful. I really like this concept.
But we have to put it in a better way as well, because, and I tell people, don't, you know, after one statement, it becomes advice. So we have to keep it short and crisp and leave that place, right? So after that, they will not listen to you.
You have a lot of wisdom, ma'am, and experience. You're talking from experience. All I could say. That's really very nice. Thank you so much. Dear ma'am, one very important question now. Do you forgive others easily? Yes or no?
Not everyone.
I love that answer. Not everyone. I love that answer. I do forgive, but not everyone. I like the way you put it. And it's the first time somebody has shared it in this way. Not everyone. I get, and that's a takeaway. Also, the way you put that, not everyone.
I want to change. I want to forgive everyone, but you know, sometimes it's very difficult for me to forgive myself too. So there's one mistake, like so many years back, I'm still not able to forgive myself for that. So there are some things.
Yes, dear. Yeah, ma'am, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate yourself with regard to forgiving others?
Forgiving others, like I told you, like for some, it's a 9. You know, immediately I can do that and move on. But for some, it is impossible for me. You know, I try my best, but it keeps. See, I stop talking, so I stay away from them. So it is, you know, so I won't bother them, and I prefer they not bothering me.
I really resonate with you so much. I'm the same. I not bother you, nor I want you to bother me. In fact, I am happy in my own world. I'll find my path.
And if they come to my place, I would treat them. I mean, I would treat them well. I would give them. I would do whatever I do to the others, but I will not go to their place.
Very nice, man. I really like the way you're so genuine and down to earth. So, you know, a nice person. I really like the way you are, deep from within. I connect a lot with you on most of what you've shared now. So I think this is an interview about me also, getting to know myself also with you.
So maybe that's why we like each other. We are friends then.
Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, we've come to an end to the main round of the interview. We just have another 5 minutes, which I'll take from you. Of course, with your permission. It's called as the rapid fire round, where we'll get to know about your likes and dislikes. Yes. Dear friends, it's the time for the rapid fire round. We'll get to know about the likes and dislikes of our celebrity, Dr. Jothi Kolathur. She's here, a beautiful person, a relationship counselor, a great psychologist, and of course, a great human being, a great social activist as well. She wants to do the best for everyone, starting from children and ending with the senior citizens. So let's get to know about her likes and dislikes. Ma'am, this round is about like answering in one word or two words, making a choice. Yes? Your idea, or the idea, we could say, it's not your idea, we could say the idea of a perfect day in one word.
Idea of a perfect?
Or a perfect day in one word.
Perfect day in one word.
Or a beautiful day in one word. How do you feel a beautiful day is in just one word? How could you sum up that in one word? Or nalla naal, ore oru varthalla. If I'm correct in Tamil, is it correct?
Yeah, it is correct. I don't know how to answer that question.
Maybe you could say peace, or maybe you could say no voice.
Work, I can say. If I'm busy that day.
Wow, wonderful, wonderful.
Very happy.
Great, great. You got the answer finally, right?
Yes, yes.
So beautiful day is work, giving
Work.
your best. Great.
Yes.
I applaud you for this. You stopped and I was thinking how she's now skipping off this question now. Let me get the answer out of her. And you just work. That's a genuine answer. Because I've seen you passionately doing all the work that you are doing, ma'am. And hats off to the courage and the perseverance and consistency with which you are doing, connecting with people. That's really nice. Love that answer also. Dear ma'am, when you help others, do you expect anything in return? Yes or no? Maybe not even a thank you, a nod.
Maybe not thank you. Actually, when the most things I've received is a hug. One of the principals. Every time I go, she'll always hug me. So a hug.
Okay, that's really nice. Dear ma'am, you love to stay in a city, a village, or a town?
City.
Traveling by land, water, or air gives you the best feeling?
Land.
Land. So is it summer, winter, autumn, rainy, or spring season?
Autumn.
May I know why?
Both my kids are born in the autumn, so how it feels there, right? So I've seen all beautiful. The weather is pleasant, but autumn and spring. Second is spring, but first is autumn.
Oh, nice. Thank you. Dear ma'am, is it cakes, chocolates, or ice cream?
All three.
All three. Okay, which flavor? Is it butterscotch, vanilla, chocolate flavor, strawberry?
Mango.
Mango flavor. That's really nice. Great. Dear ma'am, உங்களுக்கு சமையல் நல்ல வருமா? Oh, great.
ரொம்ப நல்லா.
ரொம்ப நல்லா. Not only நல்லா, ரொம்ப நல்லா. You're adding. Great. That's
I've always cooked in the Cleveland. I've always cooked for 200 people, and in the weekends. So I cook a lot. So I've never cooked till then, and so I've cooked too much. I cannot cook less.
That's really nice. So I'm a good cook. That's really nice. Ma'am, your favorite recipe, the name of your favorite recipe?
I have too many, ma'am.
Any one. Or favorite cuisine, you could say, from some other country, anything that in that way you like to share?
Italian.
Okay, that's really nice. Would you like to share the name of your favorite teacher or sir when you were in school, or maybe in college as well?
In school, I don't, but my current guide, Suresh Kumar sir, is my favorite.
That's really very nice. Dear ma'am, are you an early bird or a night owl?
Now early bird.
Great. You love salty, sweet, spicy, or savory food? Sweet. That is cham cham, you said, right?
Rasmalai.
Rasmalai. Rasmalai and cham cham are something almost the same.
Oh, it's dry. It's like so. I don't wait to go buy it and all. I make rasmalai.
Okay,
even
rasmalai.
Today,
Yes, dear. Go ahead.
Rasmalais are the rasgullas, which then we cook it in milk, right? So that's rasmalai. So I don't wait. I always have it in stock. Even now I have 10. So I cook once it's over. It's because like I told you, all three like it. So they need desserts. So it's always there in the fridge.
Oh, nice. That's really nice. So rasmalai. So rasmalai is more of like it's a liquid consistency, I guess, and then
the rasgullas in it.
inside it. And the other one thing I mentioned, the other name, I don't get
Chum
it.
Chum.
Chum Chum. Chum Chum is quite different.
They're all the same family, so.
Oh, good. You put this very rightly. They're all from the same family. Because I get confused whenever I have this, or I feel like an urge to eat. So when I tell my family members to get it from me, they get something or the other, which is not what I wanted. I either say chum chum and they confuse me, or I get confused. I don't know.
My husband makes fun of me. He says, you only like the complicated food, you don't like anything simple. So if they give me any milk sweets, I will not touch. We don't eat.
Yes, yes. Thanks for sharing, ma'am. Dear ma'am, in life, is it all about money? Is it all about happiness, or both?
Both.
Very true. Are you an introvert, an extrovert, or an ambivert?
I am an ambivert. Right now, I've become an extrovert. I was an ambivert.
Yes. Ma'am, when you're all alone, connected to your thoughts, you have no gadgets besides you, nobody in the room, you're connected to your thoughts. You start thinking when you're all alone, right? So when you're thinking, where do your thoughts take you? Do they take you into the past or into the future? Are they connected to the present?
Mostly to the future.
You love socializing or me time?
Socialize.
You're a thinker, a doer, or both?
Both.
Is it home cooked food or food ordered from out?
When my husband is traveling, it is outside food. Otherwise, it's always home food. So because he's a vegetarian and we are non-veg people, so when he travels, so I make sure it's easy food, so we order.
Ma'am, you love fresh salads or fried food?
Like both.
Is it experiential learning or learning from books?
Spiritual.
Is it song or dance?
Dance.
No singing. Would you oblige to sing a song for us?
I cannot sing. I cannot sing. So I used to love dance when I was a kid. So, but my mom never let me for dance classes because it's very difficult to drop and pick and all of those things. So after marriage, we were in one of the.
Friends, we had a slight technical issue and we are back again to continue with the session. Over to you, ma'am.
So I've never learned dance, but I always loved to dance. So after going there, we were in one of the sangams, the Tamil sangams and Telugu sangams. So there I've danced a lot. So I'm
Is it
very happy.
Bharatanatyam? Is it
No, it's not
Bharatanatyam?
Bharatanatyam. It's not. Bharatanatyam is what I wanted to learn, but I have never learned it. So I did all other songs and dances, and my daughter learned Bharatanatyam for 8 years. So I know all the names and everything because I would sit with her, do everything. So I know most of the names for Bharatanatyam and the kathas in karate because they're both black belters and I would sit with them and the names of kathas and names of committees.
That's really nice. Very nice. Dear ma'am, you'd love to spend time on a beach or in a forest?
Beach.
And maybe know why you wouldn't want to go to the forest
because of the snakes.
I guessed it, ma'am. I guessed it because I have the fear of snakes too. I also am very scared of this. I don't know why.
I have seen it like this, like this close. So when we were very, very young, I was in grade 4. So there was a hissing sound in my house and outside. So I went, they said, my sister told me, go check what is there. And she pushed me inside and locked it. So I was there with the snake. So it's like, even if it's a leaf moving, I am very scared. I just freeze actually. It's not a fright or flight for me. So I freeze. I cannot move from that place.
Yeah, I get to understand now, ma'am. Yes.
So anything hanging, I believe it is a snake and I will not go.
Yes. As I told you, I somewhat relate to you a lot. I also have this fear because when I was crossing and walking, we were going to the bus stop and we had to happen, me and my sister happened to see a snake passing right in front of us. I was just to put my foot on it by mistake, but I stepped back. From then, I have that fear and it was quite dark.
Right.
And I have that fear since then and I can understand what you've shared just now. It's relatable. Thank you for sharing. And thank you for allowing me to share myself also. No?
I'm learning a lot from you. So.
Yes, dear. Same to you, dear. Same to you. Dear ma'am, is it like walking, two-wheeler or a four-wheeler?
Walking and four-wheeler.
Great. Ma'am, if there is a lovely table and a great book and a great music system as well, you're given a chance to choose anyone, what would you choose?
What was the first one?
A table, on
Okay.
the table, a book, an interesting book, and music as well, a music system. You could use anyone.
Anyone? I take the table.
Oh, you take out the table. Okay. That's good. I mean, the table, everything comes with it, right? The table,
Yeah,
the book, and the music
books
system, the whole thing.
because I mean, music. I see every time I'm alone. Actually, I can listen to music, and I like when somebody plays it. I like it, but I don't take that effort to take my. I don't turn on the music, and I enjoy music, listening to it, but I don't put that effort to even turn on the. So
Music system. Yes. And this is the most unique answer that I've received till date. I take the whole table. The whole table, you get all of it. The table, the book, as well as the music system. That's really nice. Dear ma'am, is it tea or coffee?
Nothing.
Nothing. So what would be your favorite drink then? Energy.
Nothing actually. I've never had tea or coffee, so only during my
Buttermilk.
buttermilk and tender coconut. Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you love to receive gifts or give gifts or both?
Both actually. And not just gifts, it's only surprises.
That's nice.
Because I do surprise people.
Okay,
so.
that's nice. The favorite day, Monday, Tuesday, and all, we have all of these weekdays. Which is your favorite weekday?
Weekday, Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yes, dear. One last question and we are done, ma'am. Thank you so much for being very patient and kind and giving your time. I really appreciate that. It means a lot. Dear friends, it's time now to end the session. But before we end, our celebrity will be sharing 3 magical words with us. Apart from please, sorry, and thank you, we are supposed to get 3 magical words to focus our lives and create a beautiful journey and empower the world and be inspired by our celebrity. Dear ma'am, over to you. As we know, there are 3 magical words, please, sorry, and thank you. We would like to add on to those 3 magical words. We'd love you to share 3 magical words from your end.
Okay, 3 magical words is apart from the 3 you want, right? I would say, can I use from them also? Because thank you is one of it. So I would say thank you, love you, and can I stop with 2?
We'll wait for you.
Okay.
Thank you. We love you. And
I'm blank.
blank. And may I help you?
Yes, please.
Being genuine, because you're one person who's very genuine, outspoken, frank, honest,
Curious.
compassionate. You have a lot of compassion for people who really need help. Even though we see people who need help, we just ignore them and go. But you have that compassion to understand the child from the child's perspective, why the child is, not performing well, what is the reason behind counseling. All of this requires the positive energy within. Yes, you're all of that. Thank you so much, ma'am. It was a wonderful session. Looking forward to have you on many more sessions on the International Fab Talks. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity. It has been a reflective and meaningful conversation. I really learned a lot about you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, ma'am. Same here, ma'am. Thank you very much and stay blessed.
Thanks.
Dear friends, with this, thank you, ma'am. Bye-bye. With this, we come to an end to the International Fab Talks. We thank our special celebrity, Dr. Jothi Kolathur, who's been spending her special time with us, empowering us, enabling us to know ourselves better and to get a clear picture of what we need to do in life and how to understand the difficulties in life and go ahead in the right way, in a dignified way. Ma'am, thank you once again. Stay blessed.